How's it going, guys? Mike Shamer here. I'm gonna do a chest, front deltoid, middle deltoid, and trapezius workout today. So, if you check out my older videos, you'll see that I definitely, or if you knew me previously, you knew that I used to lift very heavy for chest. I was all about bench press, incline bench press, dumbbell bench press, heavy chest flies. Um, in my teens, early 20s, even some mid 20s. When I was 24 years old, I was still able to max out 300 pounds in my on my bench press at home. I did it once in college as well. It might have been 305, I forget. Um, so, anyways, that has changed a lot because I always had shoulder pain. I always had chest shoulder pain right here, both arms, but I mean both sides, but definitely my right. I have a lot of scar tissue, a lot of kind of tightness in that area. So I found the lighter weight I do, the more limited range of motion I do. Um, if I do things kind of parallel grip, as opposed to this grip right here, then it's a little easier on my shoulder. So I mean, a lot of changes. Now I use a lot of bands. I use very light dumbbells, limited range of motion, and you'll see I do mostly dumbbell flies, band chest presses, band flies, and and very light shrugs too. Even though I can still use whatever 40s, 50s, it's just easier on my back as well. So um, doing shrugs definitely puts extra stress on your spine, and that's something I want to avoid. I'm 38 now, so I'm all about longevity, working the muscles, but I don't need to get huge. I don't need to be an animal. So, anyways, I'll get started on those. Start with some dumbbell raises, front raises for the front deltoid, maybe a little trapezius too. I go higher than parallel on these just to make sure that deltoid gets fully worked. So if I'm just kind of barely going to parallel, I might not get as much muscle activation. But the higher you go, kind of the less it's working. And so I just do it a little extra. I just want the range of motion. I used to do very limited range of motion sometimes. So I try, if I can, if it's pain free, I try to do that. I try to do full range of motion. So I'm just doing lateral raises right now. Palms down or palms facing each other. Now what I do is I do front raises a little. I do lateral raises a little out to the front too, which I found really hits my shoulders. So I'm doing lateral raises, but a little out to the front too. Not quite those, but just like that. You'll feel those on the middle and the front of your shoulders. So I forgot to bring dumbbells. I gotta go get some light ones for shrugs. Alright. So we'll get some shrugs going. Straight up, straight down. You can keep your arms straight and locked out if you want with light weights. But if you have heavy weights, you might want a little elbow bend. That's up to you. It's whatever's easier on your back, easier on your shoulders and neck. So I found, for me personally, that while I can shrug much heavier weight, it really hurts my back. It really screws up my neck, because it really just tightens that area up. So I found through trial and error over many years, I have to do it light. Again, I'm not trying to look like a football player or a pro wrestler. I'm just trying to maintain some traps, and have some strength and some ability to lift lift heavy weights if I need to. You know, my kids, furniture, whatever. You know, kids stuff, dad stuff. Alright, so finally I'm getting to some chest flies. Hopefully I'll stay in the frame here. So I've been doing these for a long time, but so if I can't, if I'm not in the frame, I'm just bringing them together in the front, and I stretch in the back, but I'm kind of out of frame here, so I do this myself, obviously, so I don't really have any help on these videos. Squeeze in the front, bring it back, and get a good stretch, okay? Squeeze, bring it back. So, I know you can't see these, but I do around 15 or 20. Then I start doing chest presses. Palms face each other, push straight out. And I do these faster than I used to, so I have some explosiveness that I never had when I was lifting heavy weights, or I didn't have for a lot of years. So press forward. You can do alternating if you want. And then I do a few with my palms down, like there's a few wide ones so my elbows go back, just like a traditional bench press, okay? You can do different heights too. So, you know, you get the upper chest, lower chest, outer chest, inner, you know, to whatever extent that actually does anything. It's kind of debatable. Anyways, so you do, let me see, you do 3 to 4 sets of all that. I forgot, you got to do internal rotations, or I like to do these for my chest, for right here, and your rotator cuff. So elbows stuck to your side, 90 degree elbow bend. Pull in and over, pull it across. Very light resistance on this band, because this is not, it's not a bulk muscle, not a large muscle exercise, just a small outer pec muscle and rotator cuff for shoulder health, shoulder stability, overall shoulder and chest strength. So when you switch, you want to do the same on each side roughly. I usually shoot for around 12 to 15, but sometimes I train kind of instinctually, and you know, sometimes I'm off by a rep or two. You kind of go by feel sometimes when your muscle's fatigued. When you've been working out for 25 years, you kind of, sometimes you can cut yourself a little slack and go by feel. So the other thing I end up doing in these is palms down front raises. Sometimes I do these at the end with the lightest possible weight, 5 pounders maybe. So again, I'm going higher than parallel. I should probably control them a little better on the way down. Also, I do palms a little bit out, dumbbells a little diagonal, and I go up and out like this. So you kind of pretend you have like soup cans in your hand. You go up like that. So this is kind of a modified front raise. This might feel better or worse on your shoulders, so it depends. If you like it, add it in. These are usually harder, the palms down ones. So anyways, like I said, around 4 sets of each, maybe even 5 sets, because they're not super heavy. I take very few breaks between them when I'm not explaining things in this video. So you get good endurance, you get a little bit of muscle building, a little bit of strength, a little bit of explosiveness, because you're not going super slow or super controlled like a bodybuilder. You're kind of doing regular weight training, a little athletic focus, and that's good as a you know, as a dad, as somebody that's got to help their kids kind of you know, play soccer, play baseball, football, whatever in the future, that kind of stuff, so I can actually move. I'm not like a bodybuilder like that can barely function, which I've been in the past a little bit, I admit. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. Give the workout a try. It should take only like 15 minutes. You can do it at your house. You can modify the exercises with different bands or use free weights if you need to, lying on a bench, lying on a physio ball. And we'll have more Frugal Fitness TV workout videos coming soon. And subscribe to my channel, check out my links, join my team, and let's get after it. Stay frugal and live good.